going to hurt you. And they, the first person took it very well. Called me, why is it bad? What am I doing wrong? Was very accepting of it and was very appreciative. Not everyone's going to take it like that, and that's not something it was just one of those moments, like, I feel like I need to call this person, and I'm glad I did, you know what I mean? But that just shows you, this person thought they were doing great by the dog and the owner, and in reality, they weren't. But no one's going to step up. What they're going to do is take that video, and other dog trainers are going to share it and bash them, instead of taking the time to say, this is why this is so bad.
But was it the dog was like not, was it something where you'd say to yourself almost like, why can't this person see that the dog is not enjoying this? I don't know what video you're talking about.
There was heavy e-collar stuff, a lot of forced obedience, and the dog was really trying to figure out what was going on and struggling, and there was a lot of aversion being used and a lot of discomfort being used. But I just kind of knew it wasn't intentional. But some people, when they look at that, they don't see it.
But how could he not see that? How could this person not see? Looking at, like, in other words, if I'm training a dog, you're training a dog. Like, my number one thing is this dog getting it, right? Is this dog connected to the process?
Yeah, this is the hard thing. And
like, maybe that guy shouldn't be training dog or girl. I don't know if it's a guy or girl. Whatever.
This was a girl.
Okay.
Right, and this is what I tell people, and this is hard for people to swallow. Some people are never going to get it. They just don't have it.
I agree 1,000%.
There's a touch and a feel with these animals
1,000%.
that some people are incapable of having, and I only say that because I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it. They're incapable of having that connection with the animal. And some people, there's a lot of young people out there now, a lot of young female trainers that as soon as they touch a dog, like, it's just natural to them.
I agree.
Like, phenomenal talents out there, right? They just need someone to point them in the right direction and keep letting them grow. But some people, they just don't have it. And listen, in the past year, I was in front of just under 1,000 people with the seminars. That's a lot of people. That's insane. It's been the best education for me, because the thing that it really showed me is where the masses are lacking, what they're struggling with. And the truth is, the majority of people don't understand basic foundational dog training. The leash is a lost art. Basic communication is a lost art. We go right to the prong collar and the e-collar very quick, and when the dog doesn't do, this is what happened. And they think they're doing right, but they're missing so much of it.
I mean, my concern too, though, is like, how if somebody's not seeing that? Like, if they're missing that basic one part, like they're not able to see this dog is in shutdown mode, or the dog is in this mode. Like, how can that person be a dog trainer? Like, how can they do? Because I think that's the number one thing that we, you and I are always so conscious of, is this dog get, even though you might put pressure, I'll put pressure on a dog if I deal with aggression or something like that, or something like whatever it might be. I don't mind putting pressure on a dog, but the dog is understanding the process, right? I mean, like, I don't have a problem with pressure on dogs. But the dog, in other words, sometimes, like talking to Stoops, who does military dogs, he says, well, the dog needs to be able to handle that pressure. But he's dealing with a level of dogs that are different than what you and I are
Very
dealing
different,
with, right? Peter Scheck, Frank Phillips, they're dealing with a different level of dogs than you and I are dealing with. And, and I think it's important that you understand, what is this dog's, like Avi and I did a podcast, and we talked about the genetics of the dog. And we said, the minute the sperm hits the egg, this dog's overall personality, the root of it, is determined. It's not going to change. We can mask. I can take a dog that's fearful and make him look confident. I can take a fearful, a confident dog and make him look fearful. But we're masking it, right? We're taking it with Pierre Wallstrom. We talked about that, about temperament testing. You can shift it. But the root of it is still there. You can't put that dog in a special operations, unit, right? How can people, like, not get that basic thing? It's like, to be a dog trainer, you gotta understand that's a dog. It's got 4 legs.
No, you don't.
I know.
That's the problem. Because today anyone can be a dog trainer. Right. That's a problem.
Okay, do you believe in certification for dog trainers?
I don't have an opinion of it. I don't know what the right answer is.
I don't either.
Right? There's pros and cons to everything. So I honestly don't. It's not something I think about.
I do.
And most times these days, Robert, I don't let any of that stuff affect me. Like, I've gotten to a point now where I'm very happy with myself. I'm happy with, I'm constantly trying to learn and get better. I'm in a very happy place when it comes to the dog stuff because I kind of tried to step away from being involved in all the nonsense. Every now and then I see something that I'm in that kind of mood where I can't keep my mouth shut, you know. And usually when I do open my mouth, I usually regret it, but I don't. You know what I mean? But life is happier when I just kind of tune away from all that garbage.
But here's the thing, like with the certification thing, here, I'm going to put it in a twofold spectrum, right? So one side is the certification thing. I have a problem with it because who's going to certify the people,
exactly.
right? So is it going to be like International Association of Canine Professionals is a fantastic organization. I like them. Are they going to do it? Because they're going to be fine if you want to use just force free or if you want to use e-collars or whatever. Or is it going to be the other side? I don't want to mention the name.
Yeah.
Right, where if you can't get a certification if you believe in e-collars or whatever. That's problematic. And then I was talking with Stoops about this. He said, I don't care if they ban e-collars. Let them ban e-collars.
I feel the same way.
I can train it on without e-collars. Well, so can I.
Yeah.
So can you.
Yeah.
I don't need, I need a rope, right? But the problem is, when I have a client who can't do it, like I have a client, my friend Jerome had a stroke. He can't control his Rottweiler. He needs an e-collar to kind of keep the dog in line. Now, if that's banned, and he's going to spend 5 years in jail, like in Germany, now that dog's going to end up in somebody else's home, in another home, in a shelter, or put down.
Yeah.
So that's where I have a hard time with it.
Yeah. I did a online consultation the other day in Switzerland.
Oh, that's a tough country.
Ban crates.
I know. I did a
Okay, first we need to start training this, right? This is easy. Well, you don't have, you can't. Like, what do you mean?
Crates will come to your house.
100%.
Yeah, in Switzerland they will
That's
come.
insanity. It's insanity. I mean, we're getting into dangerous grounds. The certification, that's a problem because the second you start fighting any type of government destroys everything.
Everything. Ronald
I
Reagan
know.
said it,
I
yeah.
worked for them for 25 years. They destroy everything.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They get involved, we're screwed. But I don't know what the right answers are, and I don't even pretend to. I just don't. I do have a problem, Joe Schmo being able to go walk into Petco and buy an e-collar. Because here's the thing. I've encountered hundreds of people that have bought an e-collar and just tried to do it themselves. In all these years, I've never met anyone who was successful.
100%.
Not even close.
Yep.
Like, not even close. So that's a problem.
But then if it's banned, then nobody can get it, right? Or they're going to say, well, the only people who can get it are the people who are certified, but the organization that certifies them only has people who don't believe in the e-collar, or it's a last resort, and then it makes it so complicated, right? I mean, I think what you said is the most wise thing, is the more